Ooh, that's a nice bike. What's poppin', people? It's Dante. Today I'm thinking about street photography and what does it mean to get close in street photography, right? I think a lot of the times you think of getting closer, you think of photographers like Bruce Gilden, right? William Klein, the sort of in-your-face sort of photographer. And while I do think that there's something to be said about the proximity that the photographer is to the subject himself, I think that there is more to this idea of getting closer that I think is important to unpack. I think when you're traveling to a new place, to get closer to the people is important, whether it's by adopting their culture, right? When in Rome, do as the Romans do. Like for instance, yesterday I was walking along the outskirts of the city with a local photographer here, and that's kind of how I got into this more interesting scene of photographing a family. I was able to approach them as they were dancing and enjoying the festivities yesterday during their feast day. And yeah, I just started dancing with this guy and just being playful. And after dancing, I was able to spend like the next 20-15 minutes with the people and make some photographs of like a more intimate situation where there was a full family, just sort of like impoverished family, I'd say, but smiling and being super happy and joyful no matter. And yeah, I thought that was pretty nice to see. The way to get closer is through being playful and being open and being honest with your intentions and not hiding your camera, right? You're able to sort of break the barrier and get closer emotionally, perhaps, with your subject. And so by learning the local language and having a few words to say and being able to ask how they're doing and whatever, and sort of, show them that I'm actually interested in what they're doing, and these kind of things, I think, that allow you to get physically closer but also emotionally closer. And I think that's an important thing to consider, right? Like when I spent my year in Zambia, Africa, in the village, I was living with the host family. I left and we cried, we were upset, I didn't want to leave, they didn't want me to leave because of COVID. And because of that, the photos, they became much more intimate. It's warm water. They became much more intimate, sort of just naturally, right? Because of the time spent in the place. And yeah, I actually think that spending more time with people, like if you see something interesting going on and you can join in on their little party or their group and make pictures, that's a good thing. The time spent in a place, right, whether it's a new place or a familiar place, can allow you to get closer in street photography. It's not just about putting the camera closer, right? I think it's actually everything but putting the camera closer. I think of photographers like William Klein, his body of work he made in Rome, New York, and different places. He actually interacted with a lot of the people on the street. And I think that, him being one of my first inspirations actually in terms of street photographers, I've adopted a lot of the ways in which he works on the streets, right? There's no like videos I've ever seen of him like doing a POV or something like that, right? So you don't really know how he works on the street. But I do like to chat with people and interact with people, and I think that's how you get closer. It's by engaging with people on the street and not just hiding behind your camera. So yeah, that's it.